Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another reaction. This one, I didn't even know if I should do it, really, because this came out yesterday, and I was like, I should have reacted to it yesterday, really, and then I've just been in work all day, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to react to it, because I've already reacted to a load of Xbox and NXT and all that, so I'm already here. I want to react to it, because it's super exciting stuff. We're reacting to Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which is a prequel to Breath of the Wild. Now that's why I'm here, because I'm going to be honest. I have Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U, and I have Hyrule Warriors on the Switch. Both times I tried to get into it, never really liked it. To be honest, I really never got into them. I used to love Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty Warriors. I used to play that when I was younger, and I used to love it. And for some reason, it didn't really click with me. But I was like, okay, so I saw Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I was like, okay, so that's like what, Breath of the Wild? Is that DLC for Hyrule Warriors? I was like, okay, it's just gonna be DLC. Just they maybe added the new characters and all that, so that's cool. But it's like, no, this is apparently a full sequel. No, a full prequel to Breath of the Wild. With Breath of the Wild is my game of the decade, which I did a video about my favorite games of the 2010s, 2010 to 2020. And I said Breath of the Wild was my favorite game. And I stand by that. I absolutely adore Breath of the Wild. It's one of my favorite games ever. Probably my favorite Zelda game, which I never thought I would say, but it really is. I adore Breath of the Wild. And it's like, is it worth playing it just to get the story? I kind of want to play it because, as I said, I love Breath of the Wild so much, and we're getting a prequel. This is the Rogue One, the Halo Reach of Zelda games. This is the one where it's all gonna go bad. The Empire Strikes Back. Let's just say that. As I said, Rogue One. Spoilers, I guess, but you know, it's all gonna go wrong a little bit. So I'm kind of excited to see this. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to just get into it. We're going to watch this together and hopefully I'll learn a bit more about this. As I said, I'm not super into Hyrule Warriors, but I'm willing to give it a chance because it's a prequel to Breath of the Wild, which I love Breath of the Wild. And if they show me some cool stuff, I'll probably still buy it, even though I've bought Hyrule Warriors twice and both times I was not really into it. Anyway, let's jump into it. It's a full game. I'm excited. Right, and this is the full game, right? This is the big Christmas game for Nintendo, Koei Tecmo. 17 on trending. This came out yesterday. Hello. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Numa's so great. Yep. Oh, God. I can't wait for Breath of the Wild 2. I cannot wait for. I need it. I love that game. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You made it. That was an amazing game. I love it. Oh, I'm gushing.
The original game even more impressive. The team is working hard on its development.
Okay.
So you'll have to wait a bit longer before we can provide
2021, 2022 then. That's a bummer.
In the meantime, we've prepared
Still hoping it would come out this year, but I guess not.
And we have a video to introduce it. Please take a look.
Right, here we go. I mean, I already know kind of about this, but I as I said, I haven't seen. Okay. This is the speech from Breath of the Wild. Ooh. Man, I love Breath of the Wild so much. I'm such a dork. What happened 100 years ago. So good. Oh my god. Oh my, it looks like Breath of the Wild. It's like they got the art down. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh, that's... They don't have a metal soundtrack, which is interesting because hey, ooh, Daruk is my favorite of the champions. I hope he's in it. It's got to be, right? They go in with like the proper Zelda like soundtrack and everything. Because Hyrule Warriors, the original, was all an extra guitar, which I thought was badass, like metal. Oh my god, no, I don't want to face one of those. I forgot what they're called now. Oh my god, so they got proper battles, man. Oh yeah. And Divine Beasts. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. I wasn't sold before, I am now. The champions. Daruk. I think it's Daruk. The yeah, he's my favorite. He's my profile picture on my Switch at the moment. So because he's got a big beard like me, he's got a much bigger beard than me. But no, protect her. You must protect her. Oh man,
What you just saw is the game that Koei
Love
Tecmo
it.
Games is developing.
Looks good
Hyrule
actually.
Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Ooh,
This game takes place 100 years before the events of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
damn.
In that game, the great calamity that occurred 100 years prior was mentioned, but the actual event itself wasn't shown in full.
Yeah,
In this game, you'll be able to experience the events of the great calamity.
that's cool.
So now,
That's
I
so
would
awesome.
like to invite Koei Tecmo Games producer
Oh, man.
Mr. Hayashi to join me here.
Anoma, you're a legend. Love you. I shouldn't have said that. Why did I say that? Oh,
Hello, everyone.
hi.
I'm Yosuke Hayashi from Koei Tecmo Games, and the
This
producer
game
of
looks
this game.
amazing.
Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity began when Mr. Aonuma approached us saying, "I think it would be interesting to create a Warriors game telling the story of the Great Calamity.
But yeah,
What do you think?"
yes.
The battles between the Kingdom of Hyrule
Take my
and
money.
Calamity Ganon would complement Warriors-style gameplay against
Said I'm not
other
super into Musos, but this looks fun. And I'm really interested by the story.
The previous Hyrule Warriors games were filled with Zelda conventions.
Oh man. I said I tried this game twice and I never really got into it.
Breath of the Wild broke these conventions entirely.
I love Breath of the
Perhaps
Wild.
it's the same for everyone here, but for someone like me, who's been playing Zelda
Love-
games for a long time, this
Yeah.
was an extraordinary experience. It's a new,
I
special
agree.
title for me.
My favorite.
Unlike the previous Hyrule Warriors games, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity was developed by working closely with the Zelda team in every step of the
Ooh,
process,
okay.
including gameplay direction,
Ooh.
graphics, world, and all dialogue.
Okay, that I'm more
While
interested in
we
that.
maintained the distinct
They got the
gameplay
Zelda
style of
team
Warriors
involved.
series, with
This is like a
exciting
proper
content,
Zelda game then.
1,000 battles, and a wide variety of playable characters.
That's so awesome.
This became the only game that will let you experience the world 100 years prior to the events of the Legend
That's-
of Zelda:
that's
Breath
dope.
of the Wild, firsthand.
It's canon, man. I love it. This is oh, I love it.
Mr. Hayashi. During the development of the previous Hyrule Warriors games,
That's
I was
dope.
impressed with how the Warriors development team
The music's
led by
beautiful.
had a deep understanding
Oh my
of the
God.
Legend of Zelda series. This time around, they made it possible to create this new experience by combining the well-detailed world of Breath of the Wild with Warriors gameplay.
Yeah.
Therefore, I believe this game will offer the experience of the great Calamity battles that weren't fully shown in the original game.
Makes sense.
I hope that both those who played the previous Hyrule Warriors games and those who played The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild can
I'm
experience
frozen.
this game.
That's how epic this game is. I've been frozen.
Hyrule Warriors: Age of
Wow.
Calamity will launch on November 20th.
That's awesome. That's the big holiday game. I'm just gonna have just bought an Xbox Series X, and I'm like 10 days later, I gotta go back and play my Switch.
Legend of Zelda and this game.
Madness. Oh man, that's so dope. And I'm frozen. Okay, I keep freezing. Why am I freezing? It's because it keeps changing. There we go. Wow. I'm actually kind of blown away by that. I was not expecting that at all. I was like, okay, not super into Hyrule Warriors, but that looks really cool. Like, it got a proper orchestrated soundtrack by the sound of things. And it looks like Breath of the Wild. And the story looks like Breath of the Wild. And the cutscenes sound like Breath of the Wild. Not sold on the gameplay. Because I'm not into not really into Musos. I want to get into Musos. And I'm going to buy it, aren't I? And let's be fair, I'm going to buy it. Because I love Breath of the Wild. As I said, Breath of the Wild is my favorite game. One of my favorite games of all time. My favorite game of the decade, for sure. Wow. I'm blown away how cool that actually looks. I'm shocked how cool that looks. I really thought I was going to look a bit pants. But no, I love it. That's so... that's so rad. Excuse me. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Because I'm a massive Nintendo fanboy, Legend of Zelda fanboy. I played every Zelda game. As I said, I never really got into Hyrule Warriors, but I'm willing to give it another chance, especially because they said gameplay and story and all that has been helped. Nintendo's helped with that. So maybe they've made some changes to make it a bit more yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. As long as I can use Daruk and I'm just epic with my beard, yes, I'm totally in. Game on. Let's go. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, too sweet. Later, guys.